Good morning, afternoon, evening, or nighttime, wherever you happen to be. Today I'm talking about the Canon Nifty 50 again. If you've ever used a Canon RF lens like the 35mm, the 14 to 35, the 100 to 500, or even the 24 to 105 that I'm filming with right now, you'll know that they all have a switch on the side to easily jump between autofocus and manual focus. It's quick, easy, and just works. But things are a little bit different with this lens, the Canon RF 50mm f1.8 STM, also known as the Nifty 50. The switch on the side here, it doesn't say AF/MF. Instead, it toggles between focus and control. So what does that actually mean? And how do you properly use this lens in manual focus mode? Well, let me show you. On most RF lenses, the focus and the control ring are separate, but on the Nifty 50, it's so compact that there's only room for one ring here at the front, and that ring has to do double duty. So the switch here tells the camera whether the ring is going to act as a focus ring or a control ring. Now, here's where it gets a little confusing. If you set the switch to focus, you might assume that that puts the lens into full manual focus mode, but actually it doesn't. You're still in autofocus mode. You've just enabled manual override. That means you can twist the ring to adjust focus, but the camera still thinks it's in autofocus mode. Now, in practice, that can be handy. If autofocus locks onto the background instead of your subject, a quick twist of the ring can bring the focus right back to where it needs to be, but you're still not getting manual focusing tools like focus peaking or the focus guide. So how do you actually switch to proper manual focus on the Canon Nifty 50? And I think this also applies to the RF 16mm, another inexpensive RF lens. Well, here's how. Step 1, set the lens switch to focus. Step 2, go into the AF menu on your Canon camera. On my EOS R6, it's under the AF2 tab. Step 3, tap focus mode and change it from AF to MF. That's manual focus. Step 4, exit the menu. And now you're in full manual mode with access to all the good stuff, that's focus peaking and the focus guide, assuming that they're turned on. If they're not, I've got you covered. I'll show you how to activate them next. But first, let's quickly go over what those tools do. Focus peaking highlights the edges of objects that are in focus. I've got mine set to red, so as I turn the focus ring, you'll see a red outline where the camera thinks that things are sharp. It's fast and helpful, though it's not pixel perfect. Think of it as a close enough guide. If you want more precision, use the focus guide. It's a white box with 3 arrows. You can move it over your subject, and as you turn the focus ring, the arrows start out grey and wide apart. As you get closer to focus, they turn white and the arrows start to move in. When you're spot on, the arrows merge and everything turns green. And if you really want to check things closely, press the magnify button on your camera. On my R6, one press gives you 5 times zoom, 2 presses gives 10 times. That's perfect for dialing in critical focus. Now, if those tools aren't already active, here's how to turn them on. Back in the AF2 tab of the autofocus menu, tap MF peaking settings. Then turn peaking on. You can then choose a level. I usually go with high and then pick a colour. I like red, but yellow and blue are also available. Then right below that, tap Focus Guide and set it to on. And just like that, you've got full manual control with visual aids to help. Now, you might be wondering what happens if I flip the switch from focus to control while still in manual focus mode. Well, nothing changes with the focus, but the ring no longer adjusts focus. It becomes a control ring. If your camera is in auto or semi-auto modes, it might adjust things like exposure compensation, so turning the ring will brighten or darken your image depending on your settings. So if you want to go back to autofocus mode, just head over to the AF menu and switch focus mode from MF back to AF, just the opposite of what we did earlier on. So yeah, switching between AF and MF on the Canon RF Nifty 50 isn't quite as straightforward as on other Canon lenses, but once you get the hang of it, it's simple enough to do. If you want to know why I traded in my old Canon 50mm lens for this RF version, check out the video linked over here. It also includes some sample images from macro and street shots to everyone's favourite pussycats. If this has been helpful, give this video a like and consider subscribing, and feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll catch you on the next one.